Good evening. So today we are continuing with the Uddhava Gita. We had started a new chapter, chapter 20. Now in this chapter, Shri Krishna was describing to Uddhava the different gunas. The first one was Satva, then Rajas, and then Tamas. The qualities of all these gunas were described in the last satsang that we did last week. Now, today we are going to learn more on the lines of what happens when the gunas mix around. See, gunas cannot be in one place at one time. There is going to be a constant mixing around of the gunas. That means those who are on the path of Satwa may have a little bit of Rajas, some of Tamas also. So it's like that. So sometimes there is a mixing of Satwa also in Tamas. It happens. So we are going to learn about that today. So we are doing the Uddhava Gita chapter 20 verse 5 onwards. Thus I have exhaustively described the effects of Satwa, Rajas and Tamas in that order. Now listen to the effect of the mixed gunas. So this is what I started with. We discussed the Satwa, then the Rajas and then the Tamas in a systematic manner, where Satwa is all about the goodness, Rajas is all about activity, and Tamas is about inertia, or what we call as no knowledge, ignorance. So now let us see what happens when these gunas mix together. So we go to the next verse. We are doing Uddhava Gita chapter 20, the last message of Shri Krishna, verse 6. The ideas of I and mine, O Uddhava, constitute the effect of the mixed gunas. Since all intercourse through the mind, sense objects, organs and pranas is the effect of the mixture of the gunas. The idea of I and mine. The moment a thought comes in your mind that this is me, I did this, I am like this is my qualities, this is how I am, I feel I belong to the Sattva guna. People have this habit of talking. I identify myself as the Rajasic person, not realizing that this is what leads to the mixing of the gunas. If a person is purely sattvic, absolutely pure sattva, why would he identify that he is in the sattva guna? So, did you get the point? The problem which happens in our world is you identify with that object. You see, the thing that we say, I am able to control my mind. The moment you say these words, I have controlled my mind and my senses. The I came into the picture. The moment I came into the picture, you slip down to the next guna, which is called Rajas. You say, I am very truthful, I really tell the truth at all points in time. Why would a person want to say that he is truthful? Why isn't there an acceptance that that is the truth? Why does a person have to prove to someone that this is the truth? There was a funny incident which happened just I think yesterday or day before yesterday. I wear trousers, I wear small pants, short pants, and those pants are clearly mentioned they are cotton. But there was an insistence that it is not cotton at all. It is something else. Because in some store it is written that this is what it is. Actually, it is pure cotton. But the insistence that this is what it is, thinking that that is the truth, puts a person on the path of I know better. I know. This thought. I am telling the truth. I am saying these words. The insistence that I know. I am better than you. I am telling you the truth. This is the truth in that sentence. Truth is not necessary to be emphasized on. Please understand one thing. If you are telling lies, to prove that the lies are true, which is not, you have to tell another 100 more lies. Which is the reason why a liar continuously lies. Whereas a truthful person will say the words and just drop the subject. It is not necessary for a truthful person to pursue the subject and say the words, what I am saying is right. There is no need. Because he is contented, he is peaceful, he is quiet, he is full of silence, he is full of generosity. These are the qualities of Satva Guna. If you have the Satva, why do you have to insist on certain things? And why do you have to say to the world, I do charity? There is no need for you to even tell the world that you do charity. If you have given some money to someone, there is no need for you to even utter those words. I gave them. In this Instagram and in Facebook and other places, there is a video of a girl. Every day she catches hold of some poor people and gives them food in one plastic bag and a bottle of water. So in one video of say 10 seconds or 20 seconds, whatever the time taken, she has given 3-4 people, different kinds of people. The work that she is doing may be very good. But to post it on the social media saying that I am giving this, or even if somebody else is posting that she is doing this kind of an activity, constitutes to mixing of the gunas. The I came into the picture. You see, people require a lot of I did this, I am like this, I am like that. You should go to LinkedIn and see. The whole of LinkedIn, the whole of all these channels is mixed with who am I? I am the greatest on planet Earth. I work for this company. I am like that. I am like... That is called mixture of gunas. You are blowing your trumpet. So even if you are tom-tomming that you are some great sheikhs in some great company, like you are the CEO of some great organization, just goes to prove that you are rajasic in nature. But the moment you say, I am like this, I did this, I am giving this lecture, I did this, I, You have fallen down on the path and you have become tamasic in nature. So, the idea of I and mine, O Uddhava, constitute the effect of the mixed gunas. Since all intercourse is with the mind, sense object, organs and the prana. In the effect of the mixture of the gunas, the intermingling of all these, the mind mixes with the sense objects, it mixes with the organs, it mixes with the prana, and it makes you into a mixed guna person. Observe it. Look at any person in your vicinity or your own self if you have the guts to do so, because you will always want to say you are a better person. No, don't make judgments on yourself that you are some great person. Look at the way you speak. If you have expletives coming from your mouth, if you have bad language literally at your beck and call, you are just blowing your trumpet, then you are more on the lines of tamas and a certain amount on the path of rajas. Because you are using your mouth to tom something. If you love to do makeup, if you love to, want to look beautiful or want to look handsome, you should see a person will hold the camera like this. Oh, which is my better position? Oh, I am taking a selfie. You should see the way people take selfie. They want a better angle. And when they take a photograph, they will tuck their stomach in like that. It's a comic scene, you see. You're just trying to tell the world how fake you are. What are you trying to say? And all the apps in all these Android and iPhone and everything, what are they trying to do? They are trying to remove the defects from your skin also. Are they not trying to do that? Oh, slightly deeper waist, a waist has to be good shaped. Oh, I don't want to show that my face has got all these black bodies, these black heads are there on my nose. So there is an app which will remove those black heads, and it will make it very smooth. A person who is becoming old, wants to look younger, wants to show the world, I have got so much of beauty and youth in my life. Look at me, I look so good. This is the mixture of the gunas. Here, the mind, which tells you have to look good, The sense objects, your eyes, ears, they want to hear everything good. The organs and the pranas, they all interact and mingle with each other with that I at the top of the chain. I want to look good. It's called the mixing of the gunas. So we now move to the next verse. We are doing Uddhava Gita, the last message of Shri Krishna, chapter 20, verse 7. When a man is devoted to the performance of his duties, to the acquisition of wealth, and to the satisfaction of his desires, this is the result of the mixture of the gunas. These contribute respectively to faith, to riches, and to attachments. I will read the verse again. So we are doing Uddhava Gita Chapter 20 verse 7. When a man is devoted to the performance of his duties, to the acquisition of wealth and to the satisfaction of his desires, this is the result of the mixture of the Gunas. These contribute respectively to faith, to riches and to attachment. Let us say you are a person who is wanting to be a very dutiful person who does the duty. You see, you should be wearing a mask. The taxi driver said to that girl, and the girl got very angry and she tried to snatch the thing away from him, and she spat on that person's face and removed his mask. And while getting off from the taxi, she sprayed him with pepper spray. Somebody from her group. This person, who was the taxi driver, put it up on the social media because he had the clip recorded. So he put it up on the social media. I was doing my duty. I was doing my duty. Uber and Lyft doesn't allow people to enter the cab if they do not have a mask. That is the rule. So a person is duty bound. Likewise, another case where a policeman realizes that there is a vehicle parked over there which may have a certain device which is harmful, immediately cordons off the area and calls in the force. He has done his duty. A father and a mother want to educate their child. They slog quite a lot. They work very hard, gather money and give it to their son or their daughter so that they can do higher studies. It is called duty. Now, all this constitutes the basic idea that you have performed your duty. If there is a war happening, the soldier takes the arms and goes to the front as directed by his army. He is performing his duty. Now, when a person performs his duty, he constitutes towards the faith. The faith. His faith grows. His gunas rise. He may be just performing his duty, but yet he is doing it selflessly. But in the first case where I told you about the taxi driver, if he has gone and posted it on the social media, then he is not performing his duty. He is telling the world that he is doing the duty. Did you get the point? There was a person who was shot down in Pakistan. This happened a couple of years ago. The Indian government told the Pakistani government, we want that soldier back. He was in jail for a few days and then he was transferred back to India. The whole of India spoke a lot about him. He was doing his duty. Naturally, it constitutes faith. But the moment it was put up in the newspapers and the media and all the channels, the whole of India started praising him. Naturally, from the satwa guna, the person slips into the middle guna, which is called the rajoguna. So this Going up and coming down is easy task. The second person who is interested in acquisition of wealth wants to become a rich man. He really works very, very hard. Rags to riches story, you see. He becomes a big man. He has a multi-million-dollar organization, but he has worked from the bottom to the top. He might have been a waiter. You know about that lady who went and married the Prince of England. She was a waitress at one time. And from there she became an actress, a model, an actress, and so on and so forth. And finally went on to become a princess. Acquisition of wealth, power, fame, and then gave a very big interview. What would you call such a kind of a person? A purely Rajasic person whose main aim in life is to become somebody big, gather money, have riches, become famous. People have to respect me. I was an ordinary waitress, and from there I became a princess. Rags to riches story. Likewise, a farmer boy becomes the owner of multi-billion-dollar organization. Elon Musk, big man. Rajoguna, this constitutes towards the riches, rich man. And the result and the satisfaction of the desires. I want to do this because I feel that I will get this. Now there is a person who may be just a struggling person, struggler in the life. Is really trying to work very, very hard. Struggles and struggles and struggles and struggles. For many, many years. After a lot of struggle, the person becomes famous. Now, when he becomes famous, he says, it is my aspiration that I wanted to be so famous in life. I wanted to be a billionaire. I wanted to be a CEO of a company. I wanted to be the greatest actor in the world. I wanted to win an Oscar. I wanted to be a Nobel Prize winner. I wanted to write books. I wanted my autobiography written. All this. It constitutes attachment to that. The moment you zero on to something that this is what I want to do, you have targeted and you have set goals going towards that direction, it becomes an attachment. Now, attachment in the material world is also for people. See, I want to get married to a very good man. Today's day and age, there are young girls who are searching for young men who can be treating them as equal. So they keep on going for dates after dates after dates after dates, and they try to assess a man. They think finally must be a person who is very good. Good in what aspect? If you are searching for a man on an app, a marriage app or a dating app, how can he be a good person? I don't understand that. People think that they are very good if they do that. This idea that I am searching for the man of my dreams or the woman of my dreams. A man will search for a woman who is going to be very goody-goody. She's more like a village girl. She will cook and she will clean and she will take care of my house and bear my children. The idea that a man has in his life. And yes, she will contribute also because she may be an educated woman. So she will go to work also and bear my children also and take care of my house. And when I come home, she will take care of me also. This is what the man thinks. A woman thinks in a different way. I want the man to give me equal status. I want him to treat me as equal in life. No man can treat a woman equal because he has got an ego and his nose up in the air. He has been taught right from the beginning to treat every woman like dirt. And that is the reason why the man never treats a woman nicely. The idea that you are searching for something is called attachment. And the moment you have attachment, you fall into a mixture of gunas. So you are not only on the path of rajas, you are also on the path of tamas. Because both these are going to come together and take a clash, clash somewhere in the middle. So now we will move to verse 8. So we are doing the Uddhava Gita, last message of Shri Krishna, chapter 20, verse 8. When a man is attached to a course leading to material prosperity, when he devotes himself to a householder's life and also to the performance of duty, it's a case of a mixture of the gunas. This is important for all those who are married or are going to get married, for those people. When a man is attached to a course leading to material prosperity, when he devotes himself to householder's life and the performance of his duties, all those people who think that it is their duty to get married, that they need to earn money to have a little material prosperity. I want to have a small house. I want to have a comfortable income. See, I want to have sufficient money in the bank. I want to become somebody in life. See all these statements of mine. I want to achieve this objective. I want to come first in college. I want to do this. Or he says, I am following my mother's and father's order that I have to get married. What do you think you are doing? I am doing the householder's duty. My parents searched for me a girl or a boy to whom I am getting married. Oh, you are doing your duty. Huh? And to the performance of his duty. If I get married, then I have to have an income, see? And this income has to be sufficient to keep my spouse in a proper manner so that he or she never feel the paucity of funds or never feel that they don't have a house of their own or don't have to walk to the railway station or to the bus stand. So I need to give them at least a mobike or a car or a taxi or something like that. You think it is a duty. You think that is how it is. You personally feel that that is what I got to achieve. It is my job, God sent me in this world so that I can make a living. How many of you think that this is what your parents were doing? Everybody will say this. Yes, my parents were doing their duty. They were bothered about earning sufficient money so that the family could be run properly. My father did the duty of a very good father or a very good husband. He was a very good son also. My mother was doing the duty of a very good wife. She was a very good mother. And she was a very good daughter also, and a good daughter-in-law. She was dutiful. They say, dutiful daughter-in-law, dutiful daughter, I give money to my parents so that they can have a good life. When a man is devoted to the performance of his duty like that, a man is attached to the course leading to material prosperity. Anything which increases your salary, increases your position in life, increases your position in a company, you get promotions, you get money, you get accolades, you get certificates, you get endorsements which says, oh, it's a very good employee. 500 rupees for being the best employee of the month. This is what it means. Material prosperity. You are actually looking for some growth in life. And when you are devoted to your householder's life, I have to do this. You see, I have to drop my children to school. I have to bring them back also. I have to attend their PTA meetings. I have to sit in front of the computer with my son and daughter who are doing their studies. I am doing my duties. And all these things are nothing but mixture of gunas. The moment you start thinking that I am doing something good, I have to do this as a duty, I have to get married, I have to settle down, I have to build a family, I have to take an income, I have to grow in my life, I have to become somebody big. It constitutes that. It is called the mixing of the gunas. People have always misinterpreted it as it is my duty to do, it is my dharma. And this is the verse. Please remember this verse. Chapter 20, verse 8 tells you that it is not called doing your duty. It is called you are mixing the gunas. The mixing of the gunas happens to every person. Those who have interested motives. See the term, interested motives. You have some motivation in life. Any kind of motivation, either in terms of prosperity or in terms of happiness or in terms of marital happiness or in terms of doing your duty or whatever constitutes to the mixing of the gunas. Now you may want to know, why are we so much harping on this mixing of the gunas, mixing of the gunas, mixing of the gunas? We will come to it. So now we will do the next verse. We are doing Uddhava Gita Chapter 20, verse 9. By control of the mind and the like, a man should be inferred as possessed of satwa. By desire and so forth, as possessed of rajas, and by anger, etc., as possessed of tamas. So, did the person who asked for a good salary, has he a control of mind? No. A person who thinks that I have to do my duty towards my parents, towards the society, I have to take care of people, I have to do this, I have to do that. Does it constitute Sattva Guna? No. Your mind is at play. Your senses are at play. You are completely immersed in another guna. Satwa is never with you. When your mind doesn't even think of all these things and yet you do those jobs without even knowing that you are doing those jobs. You have to perform your duties and not even have an inkling that you are performing the duties. And nobody should even point it out by and say with the words, he is a dutiful son or he is a dutiful daughter. Or you yourself can't say, I served my parents till they died. No. The moment you utter these words, you have fallen down. The mind should never come. Control of the mind and the like. Remember Satva Guna? Never utter the word I, me, mine. No. Even the thought should not come. Performance of everything without even thinking and diligently doing it. Becoming very, very, good character. Without even telling the world that he is a good character or she is a good character. No. You just have to be good. You just have to be kind. You should just have to be compassionate. The moment you say, I am compassionate and I am kind, you are finished. You are no longer on the path of Satva. You have fallen notches. So, those whose mind is not even functioning and yet performing all the activities that are there, that person is on the path of Satva. Is possessed of Satva. If there is even an iota of desire, I want to, I, me, mine, I want to. I want to do this as a duty of mine. I am doing my duty as a son or as a daughter. I send money home. Then you are on the path of Rajas. And if you are having constant anger for no rhyme or reason, or whatever may be the reason, the moment, please remember one thing, there can be no reasoning for anger. You cannot give any reasoning for any anger. Anger of any sort is going to push you on the path of Tamas. Kalima and Shivji are in the Tamoguna because of that. Do you think Kalima can graduate towards Satwa? No way. No way. She has anger written on her face. She wants to kill and destroy and demolish everything. She wants to eat those Rakshasas. She wants to drink their blood. It is Tamoguna. She may be doing her duty. Is a human being also. If there is a principal of school and for the performance of discipline in their school, you see, every person needs discipline, isn't it? For discipline, he punishes someone or beats that person up or gets angry because the person is not doing duty. That is Tamo. Tamoguna. You cannot give any reasoning of any sort. Even the best of the reasoning is not correct. Anger cannot have any reasons. You see, even if somebody calls something by name or throws a stone on that person or does whatsoever, even then you should not get angry. Anger on provocation, remember these words, on any kind of provocation, if you get angry, you are possessed of tamas. There can be no satwa and no rajas in you. Now, we go to the next verse. We are doing Uddhava Gita chapter 20, verse 10. When a man or a woman worships me with devotion through work, without any selfish motive, they should be known as possessed of a sattvic temperament. When a man or a woman worships me with devotion through work, you have to worship the Lord with devotion, absolutely, and dutifully with work. Activity driven towards the worship of Krishna. Please remember these words. Activity driven towards worship of Krishna with devotion, with the best of the Satva Guna in it, and you are performing your duty along the way, then you are on the path of Satva. There should be no selfish motive in that. The selfish motive could be, I want to be with Krishna. That is a selfish motive. A person cannot even think like this. If you think, I want to be with Krishna, it is still called the selfish motive. Serving Krishna without any motivation, no motive at all, complete nishkam karma. You just serve because you have to serve. That's it. Period. Nothing beyond that. To do that, to worship Krishna with devotion, doing all kinds of work. The work could be just making full malas for him, garlands for Krishna. Or you could be just doing prayer to Krishna. But if you have the thought in your mind that I want to be with him, I have to be with him, I am the greatest devotee, I am like this, I am like that. The moment I and mind came into the picture, you can never be on the path of Satva. To make you the highest devotee is his prerogative, not yours. That is called ambition. Remember the word ambition I used previously? I told you the moment you have any ambition, you are on the rajas and the tamoguna. You are never in the sattva guna. Any kind of ambition, I want to be the best devotee of Krishna. I want to treat him like this. I have to take care. All these actions which you are talking about, they should be on the path of nishkam karma. Duty for the sake of doing the duty. You have to be dutiful and yet not bother about doing it. You got to do it. Serving the Lord is a primary duty. But accepting that I am serving the Lord, that I put the flowers and I do this and I bring all those things is wrong. Then you are not on the path of Satva at all. So any selfish motive of any kind, then you will not be on the path of Satva. But selfless service to Krishna, selfless service to Krishna is the only way through Satva Guna. Got it? So now we go to the next verse. So we are doing chapter 20, Uddhava Gita, verse 11. When they worship me through works of some definite purpose, they should be known as possessed of Rajasic temperament. And if they meditate with injury to others, they should be considered to have a Tamasic temperament. If you worship Krishna with a definite purpose, I want to be in his good books. I want to be near him. I want to be always subservient to him. I want to be at his feet. I want to serve him. I want to do this. I. The moment the I comes into the picture, it is never Satva. Please remember these words. The moment the word I and mine came into the picture, it became Rajasic. It is all fallen down. You have a distinct motive over there. So here, please understand, there is a definite purpose in your service to Krishna, isn't it? I am serving him because I want to be the best in the world. I want to be the queen. I want to be the king. I want to be the best gopi. I want to be the best this one, and I want to do this. Nobody can beat me in this service, sir. That is Rajasic Guna. So worshipping me through works, whatever work that you do, you could be just even sweeping the floor also, doesn't matter. You could be bringing the full mala. You could be putting chandanam. You could be just touching the feet. It doesn't really matter whatever worship that you do to Krishna. But the moment there is a motive behind it, then you are on the path of Rajas. And if thereby they meditate injury to others, they should be considered to have a tamasic temperament. This is a very critical one. Who is this person who is talking ill about Krishna? I will kill him. I will destroy him. You are on the tamasic temperament. If there is a gopi, even in the heavens of Krishna, and if she is trying to protect Krishna, somebody else should not say anything to him. Nobody should talk to him badly. He can be going around with whomsoever concerned, but you cannot point fingers at him. I will gouge out your eyes, I will kill you, I will do this. You see, even if it is a gopi talking like this, that is tamasic temperament. It can never be on the path of Rajas or on the Satwa. The truth about Krishna is this. Those who are thinking of injury to others, injury could also mean saying something from your mouth which is deadly, which is dangerous, calling names to people. That constitutes injury. I will show you, I will kill you, I will destroy you, I will butcher you, I will, all this kind of things. Why? Because somebody says something or does something to Krishna. You don't have the right to do that. Then you are on the tamasic temperament. You are fallen 3 notches below. Krishna has his own reasoning. Krishna has his own way of doing things. He doesn't rely on any human being or any gopi anywhere. Do you know this? If Krishna has to do something, if he has to take care of anybody, he uses people through his Maya. And he makes that person feel that they are somebody great. There's a story where Shri Krishna, he has to go and kill a Rakshasa. Now imagine this is a Rakshasa who was the son of Satyabhama in his heavens. Alright? She doesn't know that. But he has been cursed by his own mother, Satyabhama, in the heavens, that she will kill him. So what happens? Krishna says, I am going out to kill him. because he's a Rakshasa. He has imprisoned 16,000 young women and he used to treat them. It was his harem of women. He had kidnapped all of them. At that time, Satyabhama says, I will come with you. Krishna says, okay, you can come and join. Now remember, all that happens in the heaven, that all those things have to be fulfilled. So they go in the battlefield. And deliberately, Krishna gets injured. So his wife Satyabhama takes the weapon and kills that Rakshasa. She is the mother of that Rakshasa in the heavens. And she was just fulfilling the curse that she had given. And Krishna was just instrumental in putting these two together. So these 16,000 women are released. And then they get married to Krishna. The problem with this story is the anger aspect of it. I did it. And how can you kill Krishna? How can you beat him? That Rakshasa deliberately, the Rakshasa is throwing the arrows at Krishna and Krishna deliberately takes them on himself. The truth in this story is very difficult to grasp. Do you think Krishna is such a puny person that Satyabhama has to save him? There is nobody on this planet Earth or anywhere in this entire system, the universe, who can harm Krishna and do anything to him. He has his own ways and methods of taking care of whatever issues that are there. He doesn't even lift his finger. He makes Maya do everything for him. And that is the reason why he kept on getting defeated by Shishupal. He used to run away from Shishupal because he had to do that. He used to take care of these kind of things. And then he ran away. And Shishupal called him names. See, he is a ranchod. Ranchod, a person who runs away from the battlefield. Do you think Krishna is not capable of beating him? Do you think Krishna, when he tells Balram to take care of the entire army? Rukma's army and Shishupal's army is running after Krishna because he has kidnapped Rukmini. And he tells his brother, you please handle that army. And Balram then kills everybody over there. He defeats Rukma's army. Now, what does that mean? Do you think Krishna is some person who gets scared of anything? He is capable of handling anything. So anybody, if thereby they meditate injury on others, they should be considered to have a tamasic temperament. We'll go to the next verse, verse 12. We are doing Uddhava Gita Chapter 20, verse 12. The Gunas, Satva, Rajas and Tamas affect not me but the Jivas. They manifest themselves in his mind and serve to bind him by attaching him to material objects. It's a very beautiful statement. Do you think the Gunas affect Krishna? The divinity which is called the soul inside of you? The Atma inside of you, do you think it is affecting him? Not at all. He is devoid of any kind of attachments. It doesn't affect the Atma, it doesn't affect Krishna from any point of view. Nothing affects Krishna. It all affects the gunas are affecting only the bodies. So the gunas, Satva, Rajas and Tamas affect not me but the jiva, the one which is the body. You think of yourself as some body, isn't it? You are going to get affected by it. And those gunas will stick to you. Through what? They manifest themselves in the mind and serve to bind him by attaching to the material objects. They manifest in the mind. The mind is the gateway to this. So all the gunas slip inside the mind, through the mind into you, your body. The gunas slip through the mind inside your body. Because the mind tells you things. I am doing this. Oh, I am a good man. Oh, I want to kill them. Why does this happen? Anger, lust, greed, all these are nothing but part and parcel of the gunas only. I am a good man. I did good things. Who is that telling you? It is the seepage is through the mind. And through the mind, these gunas enter you. You means the body that you are. Whoever that you might be. The moment you call yourself by some name, my name is so and so. You're finished. Just the name itself sticks to you. Krishna, he has no name. Do you know that? Krishna doesn't have a name. Krishna means secret, hidden, unknown. He doesn't have a name anywhere. A person with no name, you can say. He's not even a person. Got the idea? He's not even the body. He may take up a body, but he is not even the body. This is the funny part. And so, they manifest through his mind and serve to bind him by attaching to material objects. The moment they come inside, they bind the person to the material object. This is my wife. This is my husband. This is what I got to do. This is how I have to do. I have to serve this purpose. I am a good person. I should be doing these prayers. I am like this. I should be doing like this. The moment they come inside, they are binding you. They keep on attaching to different objects. Everywhere they attach you. So the gunas, they seep inside to you and then they make your attachment to every object around you. And so you get, these are my parents, this is my husband, this is my wife, these are my children, this is what I got to do, this is my God, this is my Krishna, I have to pray to him. This is what the gunas do. And then you get attached to all these material objects. And the moment you get attached to the material objects, you are in the gunas. You are no longer Krishna anywhere. Krishna, remember, is not affected by any gunas. Because he doesn't even have a body, he doesn't even have a name, he doesn't have anything which he calls his own. Though everything belongs to him, yet nothing belongs to him. Got the answer? So he is a free soul. Free. Absolutely free. Without any name or whatever that you want to call him, doesn't matter. So we have come to the end of verse 12. Tomorrow morning we will be doing from verse 13 onwards. So I'll take your leave today and I will see you all tomorrow morning at 6:30. Take care. Have a great evening. See you all. Bye.